You're welcome back. Hello, can you hear me? If you can hear me, say hi. Say hi. If you can hear me, say hi. So today I'm also behind the camera. All thanks to our Lagos developers. All thanks to our Lagos developers. And today I want to teach you guys how I make my egusi soup. So I want us to cook my egusi soup together, and our protein is going to be chicken. If you've been in this channel for a while, you will know that I'm a lover of chicken. Like, I use chicken a lot. So right about now, I'm just going to turn on the heat. So I'm just going to turn on the heat. Okay. And then I'll just go ahead and spice up my chicken. Okay, basically this I'll be using it to cook the whole soup. So I have here my Rodo pepper, and I have the green and red Rodo pepper. I have onions. I have my Kpanla fish, and I have some crayfish here. But basically, for a start, what I'm going to be adding is just my Rodo pepper and my onion. So you want to be generous with your onion and your Rodo pepper. Though just do it according to the quantity of your meat, because I have quite a lot here. So, and also I love my food spicy and hot, so that's why I'm using the much I'm using. But for the onion, come on guys, I'm not the only person that can attest to the fact that onions is sweet. It gives your food nice aroma and flavor. And then I'm just going in with my salt. Less is more. Okay, when you are cooking, you just have to make use of your taste bud. Okay, less is more. And for my seasoning cubes, I'm using this Maggi chicken flavor, and it's 2 in 1, so I'll be using 4 cubes. Guys, egusi soup is one Nigerian soup that is versatile. Like, you won't tell me that there is no tribe that does not as in eat egusi soup and that they don't make it. There is different ways of making egusi soup. Sincerely, personally, I know how many different ways I make egusi soup, let alone cutting it across Nigeria as a whole. You will get 1,001 recipes, believe me. So first, I like my chicken to just cook on its own, release its own juice and cook with that for a while before I just top it up. Okay, unless I marinated it, then it will just release its own juice before time. But you can see I didn't marinate this, I'm just cooking it through now. So you can see it's already releasing its own juice, so this helps it to absorb flavors from your seasoning, right? It helps it to absorb flavors from your seasoning. So basically, I'm just going to stir this together so that everything comes and marries itself, let everything just do its own thing inside here. Okay, so while we wait for this to come up to a boil before I top it up with water, because I'll be using the stock for the soup, so definitely I'm going to add water to this. Okay, so you can see it has already started releasing its own juice. Okay, so I can just taste this for seasoning. Okay, everything is nice and cool. I can feel the pepper, I can feel the flavor from the onion. Seasonings checked, salt checked. So remember, you are going to still add salt to your soup, so there's no need doing too much right now. Okay, so while this is cooking, I'm just going to quickly run you through the other part of the food. Okay, so right about now, let's go over to this place. Okay, so these are the remaining ingredients for the food. Okay, so here I have my egusi, the star ingredient of the day. I'm using one, is it Congo they call it, but this should be equivalent to 4 cups of egusi, right? So this is equivalent to 4 cups. And for my leaf, I'm using Uziza leaf. And I always use Uziza leaf a lot. I use it a lot because it don't just give taste to the food, but it also gives one distinct aroma and flavor. So for my egusi and my I also use it a lot for my okra soup. So for these two, I use uziza leaves a lot. Don't mind this, I'll be using it soon, so just ignore it for now. Then I've introduced this, which is my star ingredient. I will be prepping it very soon. I have my salt. I've introduced the content of this plate before, and this is my seasoning cube, and then I have some water and then oil. I have my oil right here. What's the egusi without oil? And today, did I mention that we are going to be doing the frying method? So we are going to be doing the frying method, okay? So we are not just going to um just cook it through. I have different methods like I told you, but today we are going to be using the frying method. So while the meat is prepping, I'll quickly prep the egusi. So because we are using the frying method, I'm not going to be adding water to this egusi, okay? So I'm just going to just add in few pepper, and I'll add in few onion, and then go in with a little salt. At this point, I just need just a little salt, okay? Just a little. When I now pour in the meat stock, I will now ascertain the flavor, like the taste, so that you don't end up making a salty soup. And then I'm just going to add in extra one, just one, because the meat is already spiced, yeah. So you don't want to do too much with your egusi right now, okay? So I'm just going to like mix this up, okay? So there is no water in here, it's just a little water that like my bowl is not completely dried, so that is why it looks like the egusi is caking up, but don't mind that. Ordinarily there is no water in here, okay? There is no water in here at all. So I'm just going to like turn this together. Guys, this is my signature egusi soup. This is my signature egusi soup recipe. Like, it's my go-to. It's my go-to anytime, any day. This is my signature egusi soup recipe. So I suggest you watch this video to the end. And if you are coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Anna of Anna's Touch 247. I'm a chef, I'm a baker, and I also like give tips for TTC moms and how to go about fertility journey and all that. And a quick disclaimer, I am not a health practitioner, so whatever you see in my channel, it's from a personal research, you understand. So always seek the guidance of your doctor to guide you through whatever information, okay? But they are tested and trusted though, if I should say so myself. So right about now, the egusi is ready, okay? The egusi is ready. So I will just check on the meat quickly. So let's go back to our meat, to where we all started. Okay, so guys, you can see, you can see, you can see the quantity of water that this meat has released, the quantity of juicy, flavorful stock. That's, look, at this point you can call this broth, okay? It's not stock. You know the difference between a broth and a stock? Well, if you don't know, the stock is lighter than broth. Okay, so basically if you have a stock, you have to boil it down to get a broth. I hope I am not confusing you right now. So at this point, what you just have, and another distinct thing you have to note about this is that broth is usually thicker, more flavorful than stock. So stock is actually very light, but also contains flavor from whatever protein that you are boiling. So right about now, what we have here is broth, not stock. So, but I'll be adding water to this to make it up to a stock because I need that to cook the whole of this soup, right? So at this point, it has released the quantity of water I want it to release. So I'm just going to top this up, okay? So I'm just going to top this up. So you don't want to overdo this. Remember, less is more. Less is more. And we're cooking signature Odogu Egusi Soup. All my Achalugos in the house, I want you to come in right now because this is the way to keep your man. This is the way to keep your Odogu. It's time to ditch some recipes and learn a lot more. So you can see this is stock. So this is stock now. So you can call this your chicken stock. Initially what we had was our chicken broth, okay? So I'm just going to cover this up and allow it to boil over, okay? I will allow it to boil over while I prep my other table in preparation for the air frying because I love to air fry my proteins. I air fry my proteins a lot, a whole lot. I air fry my proteins a whole lot. So, and the protein we are using is chicken, as I always do. Like, if I'm making 100 recipes, maybe 90 to 98% of them will be made with chicken. That's how much I love chicken. Omo, it's like they have tied my placenta to the chicken abattoir. What do you think? So if you're a chicken lover, I would love you to say hi. Hi. If you're a chicken lover, say hi. So, as a very lover of chicken, as a lovely lover of chicken, as a very dedicated lover of chicken, to my fellow chicken lovers, hi, hi, hi. We are making egusi soup and we are making it with chicken. Actually, we are making it with a fried chicken, okay? So I just prepped my air fryer and I'm getting it ready to do the work very soon. So basically, that is what I'm going to be doing very soon, okay? So this is the plate that we are going to be using to put the chicken. And remember this tongue from the beginning. This is when I need it. And this is what the inside of my air fryer looks like with this silicone what? So this silicone whatever that is inside there. So I've prepped this table right now. So we are just going to go back and check on our meat, okay? So this is it. So you can see it has boiled. So right about now, this is what I want, okay? This is what I want and how I want it. This is what I want and how I want it. So I don't want to cook the chicken to be, it's already a soft chicken, yeah? So I want to cook it to be still, to still have that tenderness and not too soft that it just scatter inside the soup, right? So at this point, it's okay and it's firm. It's firm enough, okay, to not scatter in the soup, and the chunks are much, like the chunks are sizable, okay? And then what this air frying does is that it also helps it retain its firmness. Okay. And if you are wondering, is she frying chicken for soup? Yeah, baby girl. Yeah, achalugo. Yes, I am. So I'm just going to turn off the heat, and then I'm going to scoop out as much quantity that can enter my air fryer once. Okay. So I'm just going to scoop out some that can enter my air fryer at once. Okay. So achalugo is not only goat's meat that you use and cook your egusi soup. And yes, achalugo is not only like cooked chicken that you can use and cook your egusi soup. Spice it up sometimes, air fry it. It will make it firm. And if you have the patience to grill, you can also grill. Oh, the taste is heavenly. Although this air fryer, it also tastes like grilled chicken because it doesn't really taste like fried chicken. There is no oil, okay, and it's very healthy, so healthy, guys. So this is the quantity that I'll be putting inside my air fryer right now. So I'll just cover this up, and once I'm done putting this quantity inside my air fryer, immediately I will come and scoop out the remaining so that like it will not get soft. Okay, because you know the stock is very hot and it can keep cooking the chicken. Okay, so immediately I pop this into my air fryer, I will come and remove this second batch immediately. Okay, so let's go over to the air fryer. Okay, so over to the air fryer. So I'm just going to keep the spoon right now and pick the tongue. There you go. So actually, if you're asking how long does it take to air fry a batch, it takes 20 minutes. Okay, and though it depends on the chunks, it depends on the size of the chicken that you are air frying. Okay, so I wouldn't say 20 minutes constant, but for this chunk, 20 minutes does the magic for me. And this is my tasting, guys. Anytime you are cooking and you don't put tasting, are you even a Nigerian? So that tasting is very, very important. Okay, so I'm just going to pop just into the air fryer. So once you hear that beep, it's so once you hear that beep, it's ready to go. So it started at 190 degrees centigrade, but make it up I would increase it by pressing the plus, and I will increase it up to 200, and then for the timer it gets up to 20 minutes. But because I don't air fry 20 minutes immediately, I do 10 minutes, then I'll flip and then do the remaining 10 minutes. Okay, so if you're getting value for your time already, it's time to hit that subscribe button right now. Subscribe to this channel because we bring you more of this, okay, almost on a daily basis. This is the Cook with Anna episode. Okay, so right about now we'll go back to where we started, and what we are going to do now, like I said, is to remove the remaining chicken so that it don't get soft inside this stock. Okay, so guys, can you drop us a hi so that we'll know that you are engaging in this post? Where are you watching from? I would like to know. I'm making this yummy egusi soup from Lagos State, Nigeria. Are you in Lagos? Would you mind a plate? Would you mind a plate of my signature egusi soup? I should eat it alone. See what you are missing, oh, guys. See what you are missing before you say no to that offer. See what you are missing. See what you are missing. Yummy, yummy, yum, yum. No pass like this. So I'll just keep this and wait for the next batch, okay? And meanwhile, why that is air frying, because it's going to take 20 long minutes, okay? It's going to take 20 minutes per set. So for the two sets, it's going to be 40 minutes thereabouts, may or may not, plus or minus. I'm just giving you this statistics based on my exploits with this air fryer, because guys, I've done a lot. I've done a lot with this air fryer, believe me. I've done a lot with this air fryer. So basically what I'm just going to do now is to transfer the stock into this plate. So I'm just going to transfer the stock from the meat into this plate. So I will continue cooking while we wait for the meat, okay? So this is it. I'm just going to set this aside and get my pot back on track, okay? So I will turn on the heat again. So we'll continue our cooking. When the chicken is ready, I'll show you how to flip and continue until you get the desired consistency, or tenderness. So I'll go in with my oil. Make sure you're using a very good oil for this, okay? So always remember, less is more. Don't overdo things at the beginning. That's the trick of cooking, or always cooking a very nice food. Don't overdo things at the beginning, if not you'll regret. So it's better you start small, and you start small and then proceed from that. So I'm just going to pour in my egusi right now. Like I said, guys, this is my signature odogu recipe. This is my signature odogu recipe. This recipe lives rent-free in my heart, and for someone whose husband is a lover of egusi soup, I have developed a lot of egusi soup recipe just to spice things up and keep things spicy, but this recipe always comes in handy. Always does. It always does. So you just want to keep turning this, okay, until it dries up. Now, one thing about a fried egusi soup is that it has longevity, right? It lasts so long. It lasts so long. So unlike regular egusi soup, that maybe if there's too much heat, you will now be scared that it will sour. You see, this one is going nowhere, baby. It's going nowhere, baby. It's always nice and cool. So it doesn't sour early like your regular egusi soup would do. So you're just going to keep stirring this. When it's ready, I will show you guys. When it's ready, you will know. So because of the little water in my bowl, it's made the egusi look as though there is water in it, but there is none. So you're just going to keep doing this. You're just going to keep tossing this around. You're just going to keep tossing this around. Please don't leave it on its own, it will burn, and you don't want that. So I'm just going to reduce the heat. because it looks like the heat is much. So you're working on medium to low heat. You see, the good thing about using an air fryer is that you don't need to be actively there. So as my meat is in the air fryer now doing its own thing, I'm here doing another thing, and we are all happy. But if I was frying with frying pan, you have to be there watching it. So that's one good thing about using an air fryer. Okay, so when this is ready, you will know. When it's ready, like it will start separating. Oh, it's hot. So you need to be very patient and make sure that you are turning to the base of your soup. You can see I'm turning to the base so it doesn't get burnt. And I'm using a non-stick pan though. If you have any questions, you can drop it. And if this recipe seems strange to you, you can drop it. If this is your go-to recipe, like if you know about this before now, you can also drop it in the comment section. Let me see my fellow Achalu ghosts that understand the way to a man's heart. So you can see it's no longer cakey like it used to be when I started. So it's kind of getting one, but we are not there yet. When you're there, you will know. Sincerely, this is hot. It's burning me up. But my family, my online family, needs to know about this, right? So anything for you guys. So you have to consistently turn this. So you can see it's kind of getting on its own. So after taking this time to fry this, tell me why this egusi will go and spoil early. Just give me one reason why it will spoil on time. It's not possible. It's not possible at all. So guys, sorry about that. My iPhone got really heated up. And so for that reason, I had to get thrown out for some time. But we are back. Okay. So right about now, you can see that the air fryer is ready. So I'm just going to pull this out. So this is the first 10 minutes and this is how far we've gone. So I'm going to turn this, like flip it over. So I'm just going to flip it over. So like I said, I've done this for a while and I can say, okay, this is the time it takes for my chicken ready. So 10 minutes, 200 degrees. Although you can navigate between 195 to 200 degrees depending on your chunks, how big your chunks are. So for this size, you can do 195. But for this size, nothing less than 200, unless you want to sleep here frying chicken. Okay, so 200 degrees, 10 minutes, you're good to go. So I'm just going to pop that back in there and the power button, increase it to 200, come over to the timer, reduce it to 10, then the power button, and it will start doing its thing. Just leave it there to do its thing and it's good. Okay, it's good to go. So that's basically what I do there. So guys, like I said, if this is your first time coming across this recipe, I want you to drop it in the comment section. I want you to drop it in the comment section. Or if this is what you are used to, I would also want you to drop it in the comment section. Okay, so right about now we'll go back to our egusi. So but I'm just going to shift the phone a bit far so that it doesn't heat up the phone again and we get thrown out. So can you notice the difference? You can see it's no longer clumping or clumping again. It's not clumping together. So I'm just checking the temperature of the phone to make sure that the heat from the food or the pot is not really heating up the phone. So please like this video, engage with us, let me know you, may I meet you? I want to meet you. My name is Chef Anna. What about yours? I'm cooking at Lagos. We're at Dow. What's your favorite food? Maybe we can even go live for your favorite food. Okay, drop in the comments, this is my favorite soup, or this is my favorite food. Probably this is how I like to eat it, this is how I like to make it, and let's mimic your style. Let's go live for you. Let's cook your favorite food online live. So let's see who will be the first to get that privilege in this channel. So I'm just checking the temperature of the phone. We got thrown out the first time. So you can you notice something different? Can you notice something different? So you can see it's not clumping together anymore. It's not as though there is water in it anymore. It's now one. And this is actually what you are aiming at, although we are not there yet. So you can use your finger to run a quick check. Ooh, this is actually very hot, but what will I do? I'm a chef, right? So at this point the egusi would feel as though it's like it will be grain, like it will be feeling as it will be hard. It will not be I don't know how to put this, but you will feel it. You will feel that it's strong. Okay, so this egusi like this, they no born and where to go and spoil. It has more shelf life than just cooking your egusi soup through direct. Okay, this one now has more shelf life. So at this point I'm just going to add in the stock and then adjust my seasoning. So this is the stock. So this is the stock. This is the stock. So the egusi soup will look as though it's watery, but don't mind it. The egusi is not even near done. Okay, so the egusi is not even near done. Once I add the stock, I don't like to taste immediately because the egusi is still very much alive. Okay, so you won't get the actual taste. So what I like to do is just to give this time. I'll just cover it and give it time. Meanwhile, I'm just going to get more water because this soup right here is really thick. It's really thick. When the egusi clumps up together, you understand what I mean by it's really thick. So I'm just going to get water that will and lighten it up because I've done this recipe for a long time and I know how it works. Okay, I know how it works. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to make sure that the phone is as far as possible so I don't get heated up from the heat from the gas. That's what threw us out the first time. So I'm trying to avoid a repetition of that, right? I'm trying to avoid a repetition of that. So send us a hi. Send us a hi. Where are you watching from? We want to know, okay? We want to know. Oh, hello. Thanks for engaging. Hello. So I just got the water ready. So this is still cooking. I had to change the heat of the gas. The one I was cooking with the first time is like the highest burner. The heat is very extreme and intense. So I had to shift it to this other burner, which is like the lowest, so that the egusi would cook and not just, burn. Hope you understand what I mean though. So where are you watching from? We are cooking egusi soup. If you've been here from the beginning, you are the real Dan. Oh, I love you. Okay. And if you've just been in and out, in and out, in and out, my respect. Thank you for engaging. And if you've even gone a step further to give us a thumbs up, I love you with my whole heart. And if you've even gone a step further to, send us a hi, take this, take this, take this, take this. The soup that I'll be dishing at the end of this video is for you. So find me and get it, okay? So right about now, what we are waiting for is basically for the soup to cake up a bit and then for our protein to get ready, okay? Sorry about that, guys. I've been talking for like 30 minutes or more right now. So can you see it's caking up? It's caking up. It's caking up. Can you see? So this soup is actually very thick. Okay. So normally I won't even stir it. I'll just allow it to cake up completely because I love my egusi when it's caked up. It gives me that vibe of asa odogo, it gives it that luxury feel, makes it look very very luxurious, okay? So you can see this is the oil I started with, and you can see it looks good. It looks good. So less is more, keep it minimal, very very small, little by little, slow and steady win the race, okay? That's how you could say it, right? So just keep it small. So if you are joining now, we are cooking a egusi soup, and this is my recipe of all time, like my favorite recipe. So that is what we are actually cooking today. And if you've been here from the beginning, I sent my heartfelt warm regards to you, okay? So the chicken, it's time to check on the chicken. So we allow this to do its own thing, picking up, cake up, and blah 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 blah. So right about now, we are going to be checking on our protein. So if you started with us, you will know the protein that we are using. And if you're just coming now, can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? Guess? Can you guess? Guess? So my amazing viewers, at the point, we are counting down to just 1 minute. Just 1 minute to go. And guess what? This is the first batch. So to cook egusi soup with this recipe or with this method, just keep 1 hour minus prep time. And by prep time, I mean deboning your fish, grinding your egusi, cutting your pepper, blah 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 blah, stuffs like that. But to start cooking, gang, to start cooking from the point of steaming your meat to prepping at the goosey and all that, just keep 1 hour. 1 hour. Because this recipe is for the odogus. So you can see it's ready. Time's up. And I'm wearing a mic, so I don't know if you can hear the beep. But what it does is that it beeps. I use Hisense air fryer, so I don't know about other air fryers. So this one beeps once your stuff is done, and probably you are not around. The beep will now give you the sense that I'm done. No, come and take me out of here. So this is it, guys. This is it. Golden brown, looking all pink. And like I said at the beginning of this video, the reason why I air fry my protein is to keep it firm in the soup. So it's to keep it firm in the soup. So this works for me. If you don't have an air fryer, please don't use oil to fry. We are not cooking stew. But it works for you. No particular There's no particular way of cooking. I will always say that cooking is all about evolution. So you can evolve a recipe to suit your taste board. So you can evolve a recipe to suit your taste board, and that will work. So this is my tasting. Mm, yum. This is nice. Mm. So I'm just going to quickly throw in the second one, guys. This protein is well spiced. Oh my goodness. I can literally feel every taste, every bit of it. I can feel the pepper, the seasoning cubes, everything. I can feel everything. So this is it. This is the first batch. So I'm just going to 200 for 10 minutes. Then let's go back to the soup. Okay. So this is just the remaining stock I got from the chicken. Guys, can you see what I'm seeing? Can you see how thick this is? So thick. So basically, if you're not Nigerian and you're asking what we are doing here, we are cooking a egusi soup. And how to know that your egusi is ready is that the oil will now float. The oil will float. Okay. So at this point, from the point that I added the meat stock, the heat is on low. When I mean low, I mean low. Low heat. Okay. From the point I added the meat stock, the heat has been very, very low. Okay. So I'm just going to give this a quick taste so that I will know if I can adjust anything. Okay. Mm, guys, this tastes amazing. Amazingly great. Amazingly great. So I'm just going to add in water. Though I might say add more, but for me, cooking is an art, so I don't just do everything once. I take my time. I adjust as I go. Sorry, I keep shifting the camera. I just don't want the phone to get heated up, okay? And then throw us off again. So, like I said, for me, cooking is an art. You have to elevate it, okay? So, it's time for this. Actually, there are two ways I make this too. At the point I start frying the egusi, I can choose to add in my crayfish, okay? Maybe part of it, not all, okay? From it I started frying the egusi, but I decided to add it at the tail end. It helps the crayfish, the flavor to just be there, okay? But if you still add it while you are frying a part of it and then add the remaining at the tail end of your cooking, it's still fine, okay? So I'm just going to add in all the crayfish, onion, pepper that is left. The fish will go in later. The fish will go in when I'm adding the rest of the protein. So that is when the fish will go in, okay? So I'm just going to give this a quick mix and then I'll check for the taste again. You guys, you can see this soup is really thick. It's really, really thick. So the last point I adjust my seasoning while cooking a soup is after adding the Uziza leaf, because the Uziza leaf now, it balances the taste and tell me, okay, you are there, this is it, okay. And if there is anything missing at that point when you add the Uziza leaf, it will reveal it, okay. But if you at this point, adjust the seasoning and peradventure something becomes too much, when you add in the Uziza leaf, it will now highlight your mistake. It will highlight it and just make it open and show it to you there and keep it for you there. And at that point, there is nothing you can do. So I like to adjust the taste of my food finally after adding the Uziza leaf. But at this point, the taste of this soup is 100%. Okay, it's 100%. This is nice, guys. So nice. So I'm just going to add a little bit more water. Apparently, I've been making this for a long time, this quantity and all that. So basically, you will see that everything I bring out is what I eventually end up using, because I've been on this for a very long time. So we'll go check on our protein. So at this point, the only thing that is keeping us now is the protein. So is the protein. Look at the face of this egusi soup. There was the oil floats completely. I can now beat my chest and say, okay, this egusi is 100% done, right? So I'm just going to cover this up and let's head back to our wonderful protein. Guys, egusi soup with a fried chicken. My absolute best. My absolute best. Does anyone want to see what the inside of this chicken looks like? Let me just do somebody longer right now. If you want it, come to my house. Egusi soup with a fried chicken. Woo! Man, this looks lush. This looks lush. This looks lush. Guys, this is absolutely yum. So like I said, frying your chicken helps it to be firm in the soup, so it will not just break. So this is it. Guys, the seasoning of this chicken really went in. You see the method I used to prep this chicken, don't trade it for anything. Don't trade it for anything, sincerely. It helps your chicken absorb the flavors. And to think that I've not even put this chicken inside the soup to absorb all the flavors that is in the soup, and it's tasting this great already. It's tasting this good. Whenever you cook your chicken, don't just like throw your chicken inside the don't just throw your chicken inside the pot, then put water, put seasoning. Don't do that. It's a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for disaster. So learn to cook your chicken with its own juice. Not just chicken, basically any protein. Basically any protein. Learn to cook it with its own juice, okay? Learn to cook it with its own juice. Guys, I wish my kitchen is big enough to accommodate me and this that we are cooking right now, because I really want to show you how I'm devouring this. Like, mm, so yummy, so yummy. Seriously, it's so nice. It's so nice, so nice. The flavors really went in. So you can see how juicy this is. So this is one way I recommend you cook your protein. You can see this chicken like this. It will remain like this until your soup finish. I assure you, it will not scatter, it will not break. Even if I'm using fish for this food, I'm still going to air fry it. That way, it will assure me that my soup, my protein will not scatter inside the soup, okay? To assure me that my protein will not scatter inside the soup. So over to our air fryer. Notice that we just have 1 minute to go, and that's 1 minute to go for the first round. Okay, it takes 20 minutes. So 20 minutes later, it will look exactly like this. It will look exactly like this. 20 minutes. So if you like what you see and you want to try it out, just follow exactly what I've done from the beginning to this point. You will arrive at this point, believe me. You will definitely arrive at this point. Like, if you leave me right now, I will finish this chicken. So let's concentrate on why we are here. So this one is ready. I'm just going to flip it over. And you see one good reason about air frying your chicken. It would even help it to release any oil that it has inside of it. So the chicken will not release oil, excess oil, it will release it. So you can see this thing, it's oil. All these things there, they are oil. So just imagine why when you're deep frying your chicken that is releasing all this oil, and you now come and soak it up inside oil and say you're frying it again. Why will you not have heart attack, high cholesterol levels and stuff like that? So I'm just going to pop this up into the air fryer again, 200 degrees, 10 minutes, and allow it to do its own thing while we check on the soup proper. Here we go. Ooh, the aroma. So guys, this is what we are looking for. Once the oil floats like this, you can vouch that your egusi is 100% ready. Guys, I'm not talking about the whole soup itself, because the whole soup will be ready when everything has been incorporated. So once the oil floats like that, you can vouch that your egusi is ready. And with the method that I cooked this soup, guys, this soup is spoil resistant. If there's something like that, what I'm trying to say in essence is that, as opposed to the normal recipe where you cook direct, this soup will not spoil fast, and you can see how caked it is. Sure, I told you guys that this soup is very, very thick, so I'll still loosen it up the more before I finally add the Uziza. And then if there is need to adjust the seasoning, I will do so. This is why I like cooking with non-stick pots. I can just abandon my food like that, and then when I come back, I'll just turn it right down, and it will not even burn. Like, you will not come and start scraping pots when you are washing. So this is it, guys. Lush, luxury or nothing. When you hear luxury or nothing, this is the definition of luxury or nothing. So right about now, I'll go in with my Kpanla fish, because this fish actually is very, very strong. As in, not strong in a bad way. When I mean strong, I mean, most times when you're cooking with fish, you are very, very careful, because you don't want it to break, right? So but with this Kpanla fish, you can cook without guilt of breaking. So I'll just add in a little bit water. So I will just get more water. I'll get more water. So guys, immediately I do this and give it a quick stir, and then add my Uziza leaf. We will now be left with our protein for this soup to be 100% ready to be devoured. If you need a plate of this soup, drop it in the comment section. Then make your way to my house, and guys, I'll be more than happy to share it, you believe me. But if you can't find me, then learn the recipe and recreate it. Okay, so you can see that the oil is it's just floating effortlessly floating. So at this point, I'm just going to add my uziza leaves, and I'm not the kind of person that likes too much leaves in her soup, so just do it small. But if you want more, by all means, suit yourself. So while I cook, I tell you my own personal preference. If you want to do more, it's fine. It's totally fine. Okay? Don't say because Chef Anna do this and you know that you don't like it that way, you can't do it. No. Do it the way you want it. You see this egusi, like I said, it can never go bad easily. So anytime that we are in, heat period, that time when, when we're small, there's a particular season that when my mom cooks egusi soup, she's like, immediately she just dish out one pot. She'll be like, go and warm it. You know, immediately she dish out one plate, go and warm it. If she turn the soup, go and warm it. If anybody goes to the pot, go and warm it or go and refrigerate it. Stuff like that. And it's because they don't want the soup to sour. Actually, I grew up having phobia for egusi soup because any small thing egusi soup has problem. Any small thing it has sour. Any small thing pot don rise, egusi don spoil. Any small thing somebody cannot go and steal meat comfortably. I'm not saying that I steal meat though, but I'm just trying to crack joke here. So any small thing, like at the slightest provocation, egusi goes well. It will just spoil, like no two ways about it. Most times you will chop beating in a typical Nigerian home because of egusi soup. Probably you're the last to take soup and you don't remember to warm it, or you did not refrigerate it. You go chop beating that day because the next morning egusi will spoil. But you see, with this recipe, your egusi cannot spoil that easy. It cannot spoil that fast. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this to boil, and then I'll taste it and adjust the seasoning finally. May or may not, I will add water. The economy screams add water, but here we make luxury. So that's on a lighter note though. So what have you learned from today's episode? I've been making some of my favorite dish with you guys, and I would like to make your favorite dish. So if you can drop it in the comments, this is my favorite dish and this is how I like it cooked. Then we can as well surprise you, or probably it's my birthday, I'm June born. Can you make a video for me, cook my favorite food? We'll cook it for you, and we'll cook it with you because you'll be live with us and we'll cook the food. Okay, so let's know what you feel about that. Okay, and let's get started immediately. Okay, so right about now I'm just going to check on my protein. So wow, guys, this is luxury. So we are almost wrapping up with this episode because the only thing remaining in that soup is to add our protein and adjust the seasoning if need be, right? So as I do these two things, our luxury Odogu standard egusi soup would be ready to be devoured. Okay, so this is it. This is it, guys. This is it. This is it. So right about now, I'm just going to add this chicken. I'm just going to add it to the soup. So have you ever eaten grilled egusi soup or grilled chicken egusi soup? Guys, this is luxury. This is luxury. So I'm just going to add in the chicken inside the soup. So this is the chicken and this is the soup. So I'm just going to add in the chicken inside the soup. So this is a fried chicken egusi soup for the odogus only. So if you're an odogu in the house, please say hi. And if you're an achalugo in the house, drop a like. So guys, everything about this soup is luxury. Everything from the beginning to the end is luxury. So we are done here, and obviously there is need to lighten the soup up. So I'm just going to give this a quick and final mix. So with this soup, with this recipe, your soup can never go bad. I guess it's time to come close so that you guys can feel, you can feel what's going in here. Can you feel it? This is yum, so yummy. So I'm just going to taste this. Guys, there is nothing to adjust here. Everything is just fine. Everything is just fine. Just fine. So with this, your protein is going to remain this way. It's not going to break. Okay, it's not going to break. It's going to be like this until this soup finishes. So you don't be scared of your chicken breaking inside the soup. Just do it this way and it's going to stay. It's going to stay firm. Okay, it's going to stay firm. So right about now, I'm just going to turn off the heat. I'm just going to turn off the heat and I'm just going to dish this out to show you guys the luxury that we just made. Guys, if this is not luxury, tell me what is. A Kpanla fish there, more chicken. Like we said, this is soup for odogu. So as an odogu, the protein should be screaming luxury. So this is it. This is typically how I make my favorite soup, in the way that it will never go bad easily on time. It can never go bad on time. Okay, and that does not mean you should not warm your soup when necessary. What I just mean is that the idea of just taking one plate of egusi soup and the next minute it has gone bad, this solves that problem. Okay, this right here eventually solves that problem. So guys, you can see what we have here. This is luxury. So guys, we've come to the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying through with your girl. I love and I appreciate you all. As if this is not enough, let me just add jara for all of you for staying from the beginning. So this is it. Bye. I remain your favorite chef, Chef Anna. But yeah, let me just add jara. Let me add jara for the jumbo. So which swallow will you have with this? For me, is gari or fufu. So until next time, see you guys. Bye.